Alright, I'm going to start this video up top because I think it'll take me less time to climb down than climb up. So this is a 2018 Texas Pride Mini 5-car hauler. Now right off the bat, I know what you're thinking. Texas Pride builds some bullshit, horrible trailers. And that's true. But in addition to the $24,000 I paid them for this, I've put another I want to say around $11,000 into it to actually fix it and make it usable on the road. So basically I got $35,000 into this thing, so it's all set and ready for you to go. If you want to buy a new one from Texas Pride for $20, I'd tell you go ahead, no problem with that. But okay, on to the stuff. So it's got the factory options. It's got the heavy duty mesh, which is kind of a pain because it's not very wide like Kaufman's, but the swivel J hooks work. I added these extensions, very secure. It's all 1/4-inch tubing, really thick. I've had Escalades, trucks, Yukons. It's not going anywhere. So with this, you can actually get 5 vehicles onto it, and that's what Texas Pride told me. They said, "Oh, extensions voided warranty, you're out." Yeah, okay, well, everything broke on it before I put these extensions on, but whatever. We got the Warn winch, which the dumb piece of shit I had driving my driver left it all knotted up, so I'm gonna have to go back and reel that in. You got a battery up here. There's another battery in the toolbox. Some of the chains are on here. I don't use the chains, so a couple of these spots I cut the chains off, but I still have them in the toolbox, so if you wanted to tack them back on, you could. But the chains on the very back are there just in case I had something sticking off a little bit, made me nervous I could chain it down. Let's go down and look at the rest of the trailer. Not a whole lot up here. Got this, see that nice little non-slick tape? Safety first. Ugh. All right. Let's see here. I'm just gonna start at the front. So I got a 5th wheel on here. What do you call it, adapter right now. I do have the gooseneck if you want it, but it's the tube like up at the top on the corner up here is cracked, so I don't know that I'd recommend using it, but if it was something you just wanted to come get it and make it home, you could definitely do that. I had a bunch of D-rings added on. Like originally I had this, so when I'd back something right up to here, I could you know, actually get a hook in somewhere, because if you had the tire all the way up on here, you didn't have anywhere to hook in. I just have the bungee cord on there because this one kind of slaps around while you're driving, so the bungee cord keeps it a little bit quiet. Got your winch up there, it's wireless. We got the wireless remote. It all works, so I'm not going to waste time showing that. Second battery in here. Got that little voltage thing. I know you probably can't see in the video, it's reading 12.8, so I can keep an eye on that. Wiring I added is for the LED lights on there, and then the lift gate on the back's hydraulic, and it's all wireless. There's the button for the lights. You got the 2-speed 25K heavy jack. I liked it just because if I had a couple cars on the trailer over the weekend, I could still jack the trailer up, get the truck out, take it home, do my oil changes and everything like that. Oh yeah, so from Texas Pride, these trailers are pretty much 20. It was like extra $800 for the heavy jack, $1,000 for the heavy mesh, another $500 for the extra toolbox. So I ended up going with, it normally comes with 2 toolboxes, and then I took the smaller one, put it on the back side, put this big 48-inch, so you actually have 4 toolboxes total now. That toolbox has all the straps in it. I think I have like 25 or 26 something straps in here. I got the brake actuator because I converted to hydraulic disc. Extra straps, hoses just in case, brake fluid, all that kind of stuff. Got spare tire, boards for if you got some low cars. Now the winch obviously reaches the top deck up there. You come down here, put a little snatch block on there, a little pulley. You can get all the way to the back and get the bottom deck. Well, the problem I found out, because everything leans forward, is if I winch a car on, it's kind of hard to get it off. So I got another D-ring welded on here, so you can put another snatch block on and then pull your car off. Same thing up top. If you put something up top, you need to get off. I got another D-ring up there, so you can put a snatch block on there and pull it back. And then once you have it on this lift gate, obviously, you can, you know, park the car, lower the deck, and just let it roll off. Let's see. LED lights. Again, everything works on it. Got to keep this stuff greased. It gets kind of messy though. I got 2 brand new tires on the front, and then these other 2 tires, they still got a good amount of meat on them. I think you could probably get another 30,000 miles or so. So 2 new tires, 4 decent tires. Again, everything suspension wise is about 20,000 miles old, because I had an equalizer snap off. Actually, it was this one right here, because Texas Pride used some cheap, again, just cheap, the cheapest bullshit they can find is what they put on these. So they told me the suspension was all Dexter. It wasn't. They lied. They charged me extra. They put the cheap stuff on there. But now you have all Dexter hangers. And you can really tell the difference. Like the original hanger, you see how it's got that big round in there? Well, whatever BS Texas Pride uses basically just had a tack welded plate up here. And then very quickly, this lower spring, when it's loaded, rubbed right through that, snapped off, lost me a tire, just all sorts of issues. So again, you got nice thick Dexter hangers, oversized. How many leafs are in those? I'm gonna go count, because it had like 2 more leafs than the shit they had on there. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I count that right? 7 leafs. Again, hydraulic disc brakes. These axles aren't the original axles when I did the brake conversion, so I went ahead and bought all new, paid extra like $200 a piece. They're, instead of 1/4 inch thick wall, these axles are 1/2 inch thick wall. So suspension wise, you're not gonna have any issues. I also have an extra set of Dexter heavy duty equalizers, along with 3 or 4 extra sets of equalizer bolts. I ran through them about every 15,000 miles. I was doing equalizers until I bought the Dexter equalizers, and I've kept, again, I greased everything, so it's not like I wasn't greasing the old ones, but these Dexter ones really last. It's just a difference in the design. But 7 minutes, nobody's watching this anymore. But yeah, other than that, everything works on it. So you got the lights on there. I really put a lot of time into this trailer and maintenance. I mean, oh, here's another, my dumb shit driver tore this up. Probably how he fucked up that car. But I had this foam on here, you know, just in case you hit a little bounce, you wouldn't hurt the roof on nothing. Yeah, I bet that's what he did. He messed this all up. Have some foam up there too, same kind of deal. The lights on here, you know, I put a stainless braided cable just in case the light mount snapped off, it wouldn't swing in and hit the car on there. What else? Got the ladder. Got to keep everything locked. I found out real quick on the road. Fucker stole my ladder. Like it's a $30 little whatever. But yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, it's nice trailer. Other than the suspension issues, you know, I haven't had any problems. You got all your welds are still good. Go through, take a look. They just, you know, the welding isn't great, but again, I haven't had a bunch of stuff cracking or breaking on me. It was really the suspension they used is just garbage suspension. I don't know if they have a local machine shop or metal fabricator just bending it for them, because the stuff's way out of spec too. Let's look down here. I said, you know, this is probably, I'd have to pull my IFTAs and look. I want to say it's actually right at 100 or just under 100,000 miles on this thing. I said all the welds are good on like the trailer itself. It's really just the suspension that had all the issues on it. I guess this is a good spot for this at the end to do a little weld inspection. Oh, actually, look right there. I do have a little tiny crack in the steel right there on this one. It looks like that's not actually even the weld though. The weld still looks pretty solid. Yeah, a little tiny. Let's check the other side. Oh, yep, same thing here. You get just a little tiny crack in the steel. Probably spot that in, but the actual welds, I don't see any cracks anywhere on the connections. That's a little, I think that's just flaky paint. All right, so right over 10 minutes, but hopefully that gives you a pretty good idea. Like I said, I know a lot of guys run these things and run the shit out of them, and then as soon as they start breaking, they want to sell them. Not the case with this one. I got my previous employer called me, made me a job offer, trying to go back, or I am back there. Tried to put a driver in the truck. First trip out, he smoked a brand new Lexus. I don't know what he did. He hit something hanging low and just totaled out the entire roof on a $60,000 Lexus SUV. So after I lost 10 grand on that deal, I decided to go ahead and pull the plug. Also, these diamond weave straps, I like Big Orange, they were nice, but these diamond, I have some, the diamond weave are amazing. And these little low profile tread grabs are so much better than those plastic blocks. I mean, the diamond weave is kind of expensive. I probably have $600 in straps. Like I said, I think I keep 3 per car in this box. So there's 15 in here, and then another 5 or 6 in there, and then I actually even have some more at home. And you have all that stuff since I'm not going to need it. What else? I think that's everything. I always make these stupid videos and then I forget to show something on the trailer. Let's see. Yeah, so the trailer's just over a year old, right around 100,000 miles. About 20,000 miles since the suspension overhaul. And again, keep in mind, you know, these trailers are 20, okay? But if you get the heavy mesh, the winch, and the axle upgrade, and the extra toolbox, and yada yada, you're like 23 something. And that's for some bullshit electric drum brakes. And those things do not stop this kind of weight. I'm telling you, you will spend at least once a week on the side of the road changing a hub out. Since I've put these hydraulic discs on, first off, the trailer stops itself. It actually stops itself, unlike the electric. Second off, haven't had a single problem, haven't had a single hot hub. I mean, just no issues. It's been absolutely wonderful. The axles, again, I know what you're thinking, like, well, you can get a brand new one for 20. And again, if you want to do that, I won't argue with you. But the hydraulic disc, and I have all the receipts, so you can get those too. Hydraulic disc axles with the extra duty heavy wall from Dexter. The axles are like $1,800 a piece. Okay, so you got, what's that, 3 times that is about $5,400. The actuators, another $700-800, plus the lines, plus the labor. You know, so call it $1,000 in miscellaneous hoses, lines, all that other stuff. So now you're up to $6,500, and then you got brand new heavy duty leaf springs. Again, all this stuff's about 20,000 miles old. So you got the brand new hangers, which I wouldn't expect to pay for that because you'd expect it to have decent hangers on it new, but I'm telling you, it doesn't. Check it, you'll see. If you do think you want to go buy a brand new Texas Pride, here's the first thing I'm going to tell you to do. Go look at their equalizer hangers, okay? The reason mine broke here is because, again, I think they just have a local fab shop bending them steel. And what you'll find is this equalizer hanger is too narrow. I'm sorry, it's too wide. So what happens when you get the equalizer bolt in there and you try to get the bolt tightened down so you can lock the cotter key in, or the pin in the hole, is that you end up pinching the hanger and it makes a stress point right there. So in addition to stressing out the hanger, it also pinches the equalizer so it can't move freely. So everything wears out faster, and I've seen several other Texas Prides at the auction, and when I check them, they have the same thing going on. The equalizer hanger's too big. When you tighten the bolt down, it squeezes the hanger, it squeezes the equalizer. And then if you see one of theirs, again, check on back here. Instead of having that nice big heavy round in there, it's going to have one flat dinky piece of metal that's not even full welded. It's got a couple tacks on it. And what happened to me, 10,000 miles into using the trailer, it was fully loaded. That leaf spring was pushed up against that upper mount. That little tack welded plate snapped off, and the tire literally popped off the rim. Like, I got out of the truck to unload, and I was just looking at a rim. There wasn't a remnant on there. There wasn't a piece of, the tire was completely gone. Just poop, popped it right off. Luckily, I didn't have an accident then. But, you know, again, check out their hangers. You're going to see it's all BS hangers. And again, the Dexter's just so much stronger. If you look in here, one of the reasons these ones don't break is because, again, they got that round welded in there. So you get extra strength on this hanger, so you don't have issues with it snapping here or stressing or different things like that. It's just, it's nicer. Again, same thing right there. You got the big round welded in there. And the messed up part is they use the junk hangers, and you're probably, for a triaxle hanger kit, that junk kit they're using is probably like $40, and you can get the full Dexter hanger kit for like $100. So they're trying to save, you know, $60, $50 on a 20-something thousand dollar trailer, and it's really screwing you, because when you have to go like I did and pay a shop because they don't want to stand up behind it and they want to tell me, oh, well, you got to bring it back down to Texas to get it fixed. I'm like, well, how am I going to do that with a broken equalizer hanger? I can't even drive it. I had to pay $100 to have someone come to me and tack weld it on just so I could get down to a shop, and then pay them $3 grand to torch everything off, resand it all down and grind it, and then rehang everything. Which, the funny part with having them hang it is their axles weren't even evenly spaced. You're supposed to be 36 inches from center to center to center, and it was like 37 and a quarter on one side, and then the other side was like 35 and a half. It's like, you guys couldn't even hang it straight to begin with. Even if I could get back down to you, why would I? But anyways, hopefully you stopped watching this a while ago. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Thanks.